Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening and good morning. The people who are joining from US. Can you see my screen, everyone? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So I expected more people, but okay, still they're joining. Fine. Yeah. So today and tomorrow we are going to cover complete GCP. So GCP and Azure only infrastructure services. Okay. So because AWS we fully covered, right? So almost all the services we covered. So Azure and GCP only infrastructure services, compute services, networking services, storage services, and also IAM, snapshots, images, billing. These are all services. Okay, fine. Yeah, so it's already 7:07, right? So let's get started. Fine. So in between this 2 hours, this is 2 hours workshop, 2 hour session. So after 1 hour, we can take 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah. So first, theoretically, what is GCP and what are the services available in GCP? So why the project teams are looking for GCP? So what are the advantages of GCP? Difference between AWS and GCP, right? Advantage of services here. These are all we can discuss. After that, we'll jump into console. How to create a GCP console? How can we create the account? How can we connect the account? Right? How can we check the resources? After that, we can go and work on some resources practically, right? Yeah. So today we are going to work on few services. Tomorrow we'll cover other services. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So agenda here is what is a cloud platform? What is cloud platform? What is Google Cloud Platform? Various cloud providers? Why GCP? GCP services, regions, zones, and resource flow. Okay, let's go with all this one by one. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing and ఏంటండి anyone? What is cloud computing? We discussed already in AWS, right? What is cloud computing, anyone?
On-demand creation of the resources.
Right. On-demand infrastructure. We can say on-demand scalable virtual machines, right? Infrastructure or storage network, right? On demand. So here I collected some definition. So let me, yeah, look at here. So on demand availability of computer system resources, storage and computing power. So without direct active management by the user, right? So on demand is nothing but, yeah, instantly, immediately, whenever needed, right? Yeah. So on demand availability of computer system resources, storage and computing power. So without direct active management by the user. What does it mean? Yeah. So 15 years back, 20 years back, we used to use physical data centers. Still, we are using physical data centers, but very few, right? So 5% to 10% physical data centers. Okay. So 90% of the data centers we are using cloud data centers, right? So when we are using local data center, physical data center, we'll be having normally, for example, if you are using physical data center, local server room, we'll take full control of them. We'll take full control, right? We can take the resource control. So whenever you want to upgrade, whenever you want to modify, whenever you want to start, right? We can take full control of them, right? So whenever, for example, if any slowness issue, we can directly go and restart physical server, or else any slowness issues, or else any other resource issues, we can directly go and take the full control and we can work on the physical resources. So that was the case a few years ago. However, with the introduction of cloud, everything has been changed now. Our infrastructure is no longer sitting inside of our local data center, local server room. So rather it is being offered by a cloud provider like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Ali Cloud, Oracle Cloud, DigitalOcean, Fastly, Heroku. So nearly 35 more clouds are available in the market, right? So GCP is one of the popular cloud. Fine. So as a customer, as a user, we are using the resources. For that usage, we are paying the bills. For example, I am using a server for 1 hour daily. For that 1 hour only, I have to pay the bills. I am using a server for 9 hours daily. For that 9 hours only, I have to pay the bills. Right? So it is kind of renting. Right? So how many hours we are using resources, for that usage, we have to pay the bills, which is nothing but pay as you go model. Pay as you go model. Right? Fine. Now, as a user, we can connect virtually and we can create the resources and we can use the resources. Fine. Now, look at here. So here, cloud computing providing database and security, a remote access to device, right? Reduced cost overheads, fast computation, dynamically scalable servers, right? Look at here. Yeah, so database and security, right? So how much you want to use the storage, how many databases you want to configure, you can configure, and you can protect your resources, right? So Azure and GCP and AWS, every platform they're trying to give very good security to protect the customer applications, customer resources, right? So here GCP also providing database and security, remote access to device. From any device, you can access our cloud resources. So from your home, from your office, from your laptop, mobile, tabs. So from anywhere, you can access our cloud resources with proper authentication. And when we use the cloud resources, look at here, reduced cost overheads, right? So when we are using physical data centers, physical server room, for example, we are paying $100 for the resource, for example. So when we are using cloud, 1/3 cost will be saved. Only one fourth we can spend for the cloud resources, right? So compare with physical, so cloud devices, cloud resources are very faster computation. So dynamically scalable, dynamically, not so manually, right? Dynamically scalable. Whenever you want to use, you want to utilize, you can utilize, right? So automatically scale up will be happen. Scale up available, right? Yeah. Now look at here. So benefits of cloud computing. Cost. First one is cost, right? So whatever the resources you are using, for that usage, we have to pay the bills, right? So costing. So for example, I am using a server for daily 9 hours. I have to pay the bills for 9 hours only, right? I'm using a server daily 4 hours. For that 4 hours only, I have to pay the bills, right? Which is nothing but pay as you go model. Pay as you go model, right? Yeah. So next one is on demand. What is on demand, anyone? On demand is nothing but instantly, immediately, whenever needed. For example, one of the client asking to create resources, right? One of the project team raise a ticket. They're asking you to create 10 servers with required configuration. So within a minute, we can create the resources. We can hand over to the project, which is nothing but on demand. So broad network access, we can access from any region, any zone, from any network we can access, right? Access the cloud resources. Next one, performance. So compare with physical devices, cloud devices are very high speed devices, high performance devices. Scalability. So we can scale up whenever needed. We can increase whenever needed. Security. Security is the first concern every customer raises, right? So if any customer want to opt these cloud resources, first concern here is security. How the security will be addressed. Security is very important, right? Yeah. Next one. Look at this here. Look at here. Look at my screen. Yeah. So what is cloud? We understand, right? What is cloud computing? Benefits of cloud computing we discussed. What is Google Cloud Platform? What is Google Cloud Platform? Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services and management tools offered by Google. Fine. Yeah. Look at here. So why Google Cloud Platform? Why the project teams are looking for Google Cloud Platform? What is the importance of Google Cloud Platform? So why the organizations are looking for Google Cloud along with AWS, along with Azure. They are looking for Google also. Why they are using? Why they are looking for Google? So because community support, GCP is providing very good community support. Second one here is cost effective. So compare with AWS, cost effective. Compare with Azure, cost effective. Next one, flexible. So flexible, we can use the resources. So scalable, we can scale up, we can increase whenever needed, right? So reliability is most important, right? So if the platform is not reliable, eventually customers will switch to the other platforms, right? Secure, compare with other platforms. Yeah, so this is also secure. So even AWS also very secure, Azure also secure, GCP also secure. Compare with the other small players, GCP providing very good security. Small players like Oracle Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, DigitalOcean, Fastly, Heroku. Compare with small players, Google is providing very good security. So fully managed, it is fully managed. We can manage fully. Next one, fast. So very faster, high performance platform, right? So these are all, advantage of cloud. So every organization, every project team, they're looking for a second cloud along with AWS. So which is a GCP or Azure, right? So currently most of the project teams, they are using GCP platform along with AWS and Azure. Okay, fine. So cloud computing market, look at here. So since 2012 to 2018, the market growth is like this, right? CAGR 22%, right? So 2012 to 2018, right? Look at here. Next one, 2019, 2021. So CAGR, right? So every year the growth is, moving like this, right? Every year. Fine. So latest report also available. So definitely I'll share with you. Okay. So yeah, since 2012, I'm in cloud platform. Fine. Yeah. So Google platform services, Google Cloud Platform services, right? Look at here, compute services, networking services, cloud AI services, right? Big data services, storage services. These are all services provided by Google. So let us go with one by one. Look at here, compute services. So here, compute engine. In compute services, compute engine, app engine, container registry, cloud functions. These are all compute services available. In the compute engine, we can create the servers. We can create servers, right? We can create the resources in compute engine. Next one, networking services. So cloud virtual network, cloud load balancing, cloud CDN, cloud interconnect, cloud DNS. These are all networking services available. Now cloud AI services. Look at here. So cloud machine learning, right? Speech API, transition API, translation API, vision API, natural language API, jobs API. These are all cloud AI services available. And big data services. These are all BigQuery, Dataproc, Pub and Sub, Dataflow, Data Lab, Genomics. These are all database services, big data services. Now, storage services. Look at here. So, cloud storage, cloud big table, So cloud SQL, cloud data store, persistent disk. So this disk we are using in servers. So if you want to connect, if you want to attach any storage to the servers in GCP, we use the persistent disks. In AWS, what are the services we are using? What are the storage services we are using for servers? Anyone? In AWS, we are using storage, right? We are attaching the storage to server. Which storage we are using?
S3 bucket is something.
S3.
No. I'm asking the storage which we are attaching to the AWS server.
EBS.
EBS, exactly. EBS, Elastic Block Store, right? So S3 also we are using, but S3, it is a object storage, right? EBS is the storage. It is a block level storage. Yeah, it is a block level storage. We can create block by block from 1 GB to 16 TB, and we can attach to the AWS server, right? But here in GCP, we are using persistent disk. Persistent disk. This disk we can attach to the GCP servers. Yeah, so people are joining. I think Netherlands people not joined. Okay. I think Kamal, you joined, right? Kamalakar. Okay, fine. Yeah, so in GCP, yeah, we are using persistent disk to create server to attach to the server. We are using persistent disk. Okay, so in GCP, we are using in place of S3, we are using bucket storage. I'll show you that. Okay, now look at here. Other services, security tools, right? So developer tools, management tools, these are the tools we are using in GCP. So cloud platform security, cloud security scanner, cloud resource manager, cloud IAM, right? These are all services we are using. Next one, look at here. So cloud locations, 24 regions and 73 zones, 144 edge locations, network edge locations, and 200 plus countries and territories. These are all the locations. Just a moment, Andy. Just a moment. Fine. Yeah, now look at here. So GCP regions, zones. These are all regions and zones. This blue dots and white dots, regions and zones across the globe. So GCP is having very good network across the globe, right? So multiple regions, multiple zones available. So currently GCP, Google is investing more on Google Cloud. So Google is in third place. Google is trying to come to the second place. So currently Azure is in second place. So Google is trying to come to the second place, right? So Google investing more on Google Cloud. Fine. So this is a network across the globe. Fine. Now products available by location. Products available by location. Look at here. So Americas regions, Europe regions, Asia Pacific, multi-regions. Look at here. In Americas regions, yeah, so these are the regions, Americas regions. Oregon, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Iowa, South Korea, North Virginia, right? Montreal, right? So Sao Paulo. These are all, yeah, region-wise services available. Look at here, everyone. So compute engine is available in all the regions. So compute engine is the first service, which is very, very important service, right? So without which we cannot create the servers. That is the compute engine is the mandatory service for Google Cloud, right? So without which, so even servers we cannot enable, we cannot create, right? Next one, App Engine. Look at here. So here, which is not available in the Oregon, and also Google Kubernetes Engine is available in all the regions. Yeah, Google Kubernetes Engine. So Google, what they are doing, Google giving offers the customers who are using Google Cloud Platform. So they're getting Kubernetes free, GKE free, GKE cluster is free. So yeah, Google is giving offer. So the customers who are using this Google Cloud Platform, they're getting Kubernetes free. That is why so customers are switching to the GCP because Kubernetes licensing cost is very higher, right? Now, cloud functions available in all the regions except Oregon. Cloud Run not available in Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, right? Now, next one, let's move on. Europe regions. Look at here. So London, Belgium, Netherlands, Zurich, Frankfurt, Finland, these are all Europe regions. Now, Compute Engine available in all the regions. App Engine is not available in Netherlands and Finland. And Google Kubernetes Engine available in all the regions. Functions, cloud functions available in all the regions except Netherlands and also Finland. So Cloud Run available in all the regions. Cloud storage available in all the regions. Now, Asia Pacific. Look at here. So these are all Asia Pacific regions. Mumbai, Singapore, Jakarta, Hong Kong, right? So these are all Asia Pacific regions. So same way here also, Compute Engine is available in all the regions. App Engine is not available in Singapore and also Taiwan. So Google Kubernetes Engine is available in all the regions. Cloud Functions not available in Singapore and Taiwan. So Cloud Run available in all the regions. Cloud Storage available in all the regions. Cloud Storage for Firebase not available in Mumbai region, right? So project teams, what they're doing, most of the companies, they're using multi-region. Look at here. Next one is multi-region. So because if any service is not available in the, for example, the customer required one service, customer required a service which is not available in Mumbai region, they can use from other region. So it is not like AWS only. GCP is not like AWS. So AWS is giving all the regions, whatever region you want to use, you can use. For the users, we have to pay the bills. But here it is not like that, right? So if you select only one region, we can use that particular region only. But when you select multi-region, yeah, we'll get all the region services, right? Now look at here, multi-region. So here, look at here, BigQuery, so Americas region, Europe region available, right? So like this, Cloud Storage, Cloud Spanner, Firebase, like this. Next one, global products, globally accessible products. So these are all global products. Networking products, data analytics, machine learning, right? So management tools, operations, developer tools, security tools. These are all tools available, global products. Next one, mission types. These are the mission types. So N1 standard one, one core CPU and 3.75 GB memory. N1 standard 2, two core CPUs, two virtual core CPUs and 7.5 GB memory. N1 standard 4, four core CPUs, 15 GB memory. N1 standard 8, eight core CPUs, 30 GB memory. N1 standard 16, 16 core CPUs and 60 GB memory, right? So these are the mission types. In AWS also we use the missions, right? Servers. What are the types available in AWS? Anyone? In AWS, server types. Anyone?
T2, T3,
Yeah.
small,
T2.
micro. Medium.
Yes, correct. And T2 medium, T2 micro, T2 nano, T2 large, T2 X large, right? Yeah, here different terminology, right? So all the platforms are same. If you are good in AWS, you can easily handle any other platform, right? If you are good in AWS, you can easily handle Azure and GCP also, right? Yeah, Anil, other guys not joined. The Raja also joined.
And join in.
Right. So Venkat join అవ్వలేదు. Venkat and also Kamal.
Join.
Oh, Venkat కూడా
వెంకట
join.
జాయిన్ అయ్యారు.
Fine అండి. Fine. Right. Fine. So these are the N1 standard 1, N1 standard 2, N1 standard 4, right? So these are the mission types, server types. Fine. Yeah. Now look at here, everyone. Next one. Mission types, high memory and pricing servers. Look at here. N1 high mem 2, two virtual CPUs, virtual core CPUs, 13 GB memory, high memory servers. N1 high mem 4, four CPUs, 26 GB memory. N1 high mem 8, eight CPUs, 52 GB memory. N1 high mem 16, 16 core CPUs, 104 GB memory, right? So like this, we can use the high memory servers. Now, next type, look at here, high CPU servers. Look at here, N1 high CPU 2, two cores virtual and memory, look at here, 1.8 GB. So N1 high mem 4, four core CPUs and 3.6 GB memory. N1 high CPU 8, eight CPUs and 7.2 GB memory. Like this, we can use the different types of machines only. As per the client requirement, as per the project team requirement, we can select this. Yeah, next one is AWS versus Google Cloud Platform. What are the differences, major differences? Let's try to understand here. Yeah, look at here, everyone. So in AWS, so two CPUs, 8 GB RAM, costing around $68 per month. In AWS, server pricing, two CPUs, 8 GB RAM, $68 per month. So whereas GCP, 50 USD, $50. Next one, look at here. Market share, current market leader is AWS, at least 100 services available in AWS. So in which whatever the services we are using in AWS in real-time projects, those we covered in our course. Okay. So now look at here, and GCP, 60 services and counting. So yeah, it is growing and evolving. Still, it is growing and evolving, GCP. Next one, look at here. Access to almost all the services for a year with a usage limits. So currently, AWS is not giving 1 year. They are giving 6 months only. All the services you can use, right? Whatever the free hours they are giving, in that we can use all the services, right? But whereas GCP, look at here, they're giving 300 USD, 300 USD. So within that dollars only, we can use the resources. Within 90 days only, we can use that. So AWS is 6 months free, GCP 3 months free, Azure 1 month free. Okay. Now, largest instance offered by AWS. Look at here, 128 CPUs and 4 TB RAM. This is the highest capacity of the server. In GCP, they're providing 160 CPUs and 3.75 GB RAM, 3.75 TB RAM, not GB, TB, terabyte, right? So this is the highest server in GCP. Fine. Now look at here, telemetry. There is a service which is better in GCP, good in AWS, and application support, good in GCP, better in AWS, and containers better in GCP, good in AWS, and geographics, good in GCP, better in AWS, right? So these are all, yeah, services available, right? These are the differences. Clear and everyone. Now, this is just introduction, Andy. Now let's try to understand how to create GCP account. How can we connect the GCP account? Let's try to understand here. Yeah. Fine. So now, how can we create the account, GCP account? Let's try to understand. Go to browser. Better you can open incognito. Yeah. So cloud.google.com is the URL. So to create GCP account, URL here is cloud.google.com. Look at here. So cloud.google.com is the URL to create account. Look at here, get started for free, start free, right? So this is the URL. So we can create the account. So GCP account by using this. Now get started for free, click on this. Yeah, now we need to provide the email address here, email account, right? So we require one Gmail ID. So now, yeah, if you want to create new account, you can create here, right? I'll show you that. Now, I'm giving a Gmail ID. So click on next, sign in. Yeah, if you want to create new account, you can create here. Okay. So click on next. Now give the password here. Yeah. Once you give the password, look at here. So now it is asking country. It is asking country, you can give the country. Now right side, you can see here. So GCP providing $300 in free credits. Okay. So this $300 we can use within next 90 days. Okay. So they're providing $300. In that dollars only, we can use the resources, right? For example, if you want to create servers, storage, network, whatever services you want to use, within that credits only we can use, right? Now give the country here, click on agree and continue. Now look at here, look at my screen. Yeah, so add name and address. You can add your name, address, your mobile number, your personal information you can add here. So after that payment method, you can add your card information, credit card or debit card, master or visa card information we need to add here. So you need to give the card holder name, CVV, right? So once you enter that, once you submit that, you will get one OTP that you need to submit here. Once you submit that, so from your account, 2 rupees will be deducted. The 2 rupees will be reverted after 24 hours, right? So creating GCP account is very easier, very simple. So how we create the Gmail account the same way, GCP account also very easier to create here. Once you fill all the information here, once you give the card information, so click on start free. Once you click on start free, account will be created, right? Now, once the account is created, go back to the browser and give console.cloud.google.com. Console.cloud.google.com. To create the account, cloud.google.com is the URL. So if you want to connect your account, console.cloud.google.com is the URL. Now I'm able to log in. So here I need to choose the proper correct email address here, right? Otherwise it will not allow you to connect. Look at here. So this is my GCP account. This is my GCP console dashboard. Fine. Yeah. Now let's walk through the console first. Let's walk through the console before going to create the resources. Okay. Yeah. So here left top corner, sorry, right top corner. So this is my login ID. This is my user. This is my user, right? So here, look at here. If you want to add any other account here, click on add account, right? Yeah. So if you want to sign out, you can sign out here. Now there is a, yeah, look at here, navigation, more actions here. So in this, we have billing, account management, payment method, appearance, your console appearance. So billing, account management, your billing account, if you want to check how many bills, or how much bill generated. So how many bills generated? If you want to check, you can check. Payment methods, which method you are using. You can, if you want to check, you can check. Appearance, your console appearance. Look at here. So click on this. Now I'm using light, right? If you want to use dark, click on this. Yeah, you can change like this. You can change like this. Whatever you want to use, right? So better you can use the default one. Fine. Next one. So object setting, sorry, project settings here. If you want to check the project settings, you can check here. Downloads. If you want to download any documentation, you can go and download from here. So cloud partners. So along with this GCP resources, if you want to check the partner information, you can check here. So terms of service, you can check here. Privacy, right? So account privacy, you can check here. Next one. So here there is a, yeah, question mark, right? Which is support tab. Support tab. If you want to get support from GCP, click here. Look at here. Get support. For example, I'm working on networking. VPC, I'm working on networking part. I'm facing some issues, right? So whatever the issues we're facing, that we try to fix first, right? So that issue, normally that issue is in our scope, we can fix easily. So otherwise, what we will do? We are not managing the physical data center, right? We are connecting virtually. Virtually we can check, but physically, if any issues happen with the resources, we need to raise a case with the vendor, Google, right? So we need to get support. We need to raise a ticket with the Google. So once we raise the ticket, they will receive the ticket, and every ticket is having some SLA. So as per the SLA, service level agreement, they start working on the ticket, they resolve the issue, and they revert back. Okay, fine. So browse the documentation. If you want to check the documentation, so whatever the documentation provided by GCP, you can check here. You can download from here, right? View architecture guides, view help FAQs, start a tutorial, right? So support, configure keyboard shortcuts if you want to configure, right? And also send feedback. If you want to give feedback, you can give the feedback here. So for example, the ticket is resolved. So the service is working fine. You want to update the feedback, you can go and update the feedback here, right? Next one, this is a notification tab, bell icon actually. Look at here. This is a notification tab. Look at here. So here I have some notifications. Look at here. Delete Kubernetes engine cluster. Deploy workload deployment, right? Create Kubernetes engine cluster. Deleting a bucket, right? So like this, whatever the changes happening on your console, whatever changes you are doing, every change, one alarm will be generated here. One alert will be generated here. Notification. Fine. Next one, Cloud Shell, which is command line interface. Right? We can connect command line also here from here. So along with the GUI, we can use the command line also. Right? Next one, if you want to get any support from Gemini AI, Gemini Cloud Assistant chat, right? You can go from here. You can go to here and you can get the support from Gemini AI. Right? Yeah. Next one. Yeah. Go to left top corner. There is a navigation menu. Here we have services. Click on this navigation menu. Look at here. So Cloud Hub. Here we have home, deployments, health troubleshooting, optimization. So quotas, service quotas. So limitations, whatever the services we have, limitations we can check here. So maintenance, support, we can check here. So cloud overview, welcome, dashboard, recommendations, right? Yeah, solutions, all products, jumpstart solutions, solution deployments. So here, different solutions they are providing here, right? Recently visited services. These are the recently visited services. Clusters, Kubernetes engine, right? So workloads, gateways, right? These are all recently visited services. Now scroll down here. Billing. If you want to check the billing, you can go and check the billing here. So IAM and admin, IAM, identity access management, you can check here. Look at here. So policies and all, identity, organization, right? So here we can check all the information about the IAM and admin. Marketplace. What is marketplace, Andy? In AWS also we use marketplace, right? Anyone?
Any package, additional package, if you want to get it.
Right. So whatever the resources, for example, I want to create a resource as per the client requirement. The resource is not available in my quick start. So means quick start means in this available resources. So what we can do, can directly go to the marketplace. Here you can search whatever you require, whatever the resources we required. We can go to marketplace and you can search here. You'll get all the resources here that you can choose and you can create the resource. Look at here, Red Hat, Ubuntu, yeah, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So look at here. Here we have operating systems, 322 operating systems available. Whatever the operating system is required, click on this. Look at here. These are all OS. These are all OS, CentOS, Ubuntu, Windows, Debian, right? Yeah, so here 322 operating systems available. So whatever the operating system you required as per the client requirement, so we can select and you can go and create the OS. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Next one, look at here. APS and services. APS and services, enable APS, libraries, credentials, right? Yeah. So here, next one, look at here. Next one is important one, which is compute, right? So Vertex AI, this is the one of the AI, Andy. So GCP providing Vertex AI. So if you want to get support from here, you can get. So compute engine. So when you talk about compute engine, so here, if you want to create a server, like, yeah, in AWS, server, we can call it as, in AWS server, you can call it as, what is the terminology, Andy? Server
EC2,
name?
EC2,
EC2, right? EC2 instance, right? Elastic Compute Cloud instance, right? So in GCP, VM instance, we can call it as VM instance. In Azure, we can call it as VM, virtual machine, right? Here in GCP, virtual machine instance, VM instance. So go to compute engine, look at here, click on create instance, VM instance, and look at here, VM instance, right? So currently no VM instances. Look at here, everyone. Currently no VM instances, nothing is there. So if you want to create VM instance, click on create instance. I'll show you that, right? So first of all, we can go through the console. After that, we can go and create the first VM and how to connect the first VM. How can we deploy the applications? How can we check the applications? We'll work on that practically. Yeah, next one. Look at here. Kubernetes engine. So Kubernetes engine available here, right? So which is a PaaS and platform as a service. So we have three types, right? IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So what is IaaS? We can create infrastructure. On top of that, we can deploy the Kubernetes. Infrastructure as a service. We can create infrastructure. On top of the infrastructure, we can deploy the applications. So second one, platform as a service, which is the platform already exists in the cloud platform that we can directly click on it and we can use them. Okay. Yeah. So Kubernetes service, if you want to create the Kubernetes clusters, workloads, so you can go here and you can create here. Right. Next one, cloud storage. Cloud storage. Look at here. Bucket storage, which is a S3 bucket. We can compare with. We can compare with S3 bucket. Right. Bucket storage. Monitoring, settings, insights. Okay. Next one, security. Look at here. Security services. BigQuery services. Database engineers work on this. BigQuery services. So monitoring services. Monitoring services. Look at here.
Look,
$1.50.
$1.50. I got a dollar.
Yeah. Someone unmuted. Can you mute yourself?
Time is it?
Any questions and anyone? Right. Next one, look at here. VPC. VPC also available under here. So VPC means networking part, same terminology here also. In AWS, we can call it as VPC. Here also we can call it as VPC. Right? In AWS, we discussed VPC. Right? So same way here also, same service available. VPC only. In AWS networking part, we can call it as VPC. In GCP also, we can call it as VPC. In Azure, we can call it as, anyone having idea? In Azure, the networking part, we can call it as VNets and
VNet, sir.
VNets, virtual networks. Right? Yeah. Next one, look at here. So cloud SQL, cloud Google Maps platforms, right? So here different features are available. Yeah. Now next one. View all products. Look at here. We can see all the products here. Okay. Fine. Now, yeah, look at here. Yeah, so here, when we create the account, GCP account, it will ask you to create a project and first project. Okay, look at here. So project info, project name, my project is the project number, right? So project name, project number. So this is the project number. So project ID, right? So first time it will ask you to create one project, right? Within that, we can create the resources. For example, if you want to create one more project, how can we create? So click on this project, click on this project. Now look at here. So click on new project. Now we can give the project name, project number. So here parent resource, you can select the resource, whatever resource you want to click on create. If you want to create new project, right? Yeah. So every organization, every project team, for example, if any organization, they're creating multiple projects within this cloud platform. So why we require projects? For segregation, right? So 4 projects, they use same platform. 10 projects, they use the same platform. So because billing segregation, for example, look at here, go to billing. Here you can see that the difference you can see here. So project wise billing will be generated and project wise billing will be generated. So not here. Go to my billing to yeah, look at here. So here project name, project ID, right? So here, if you create 4 or 5 projects, you can see the project names here, project ID, right? So here, payment settings are, you can see something like cost table reports, billing. Invoices. Yeah, these are all invoices. So project wise, you will get the invoices only. Project wise, I have only one project. That is why it is not showing here. So project wise invoices, project wise transactions, project wise bills, right? Project wise budgets will get all the information here, right? So if you're not creating projects, different projects, if you are using only one project, mix and match will be happen. For segregation, what we will do, we can use the projects, right? Yeah. Fine, Andy. So now how to create first VM? How can we connect the first VM? How can we deploy the applications on first VM? So after that, we can work on snapshots, right? So how can we create the snapshots? Manual snapshot, auto snapshot. So what are the images we have, right? So types of images. After that, we'll jump into bucket storage, right? These are all we discuss now. So before going to that, before going to create the first VM, let's take 5 to 6 minutes break, Andy. Okay. So let's take a 5 to 6 minutes break and we'll come back. And yeah, coming 1 hour, right? So next 1 hour, we can work on the resources practically. Fine. So today we are going to complete VM creation. First VM creation, how can we create the VM instance, how can we connect the VM instance, how can we deploy the package on VM instance. So how many types of connectivity is available that we can check. After that, snapshots, manual and auto snapshots, budgets, billing, and storage we can work on today. We'll discuss about these services. Okay. So let's take a small break, 5 to 6 minutes, and we'll come back. So I'm just keeping in mute. Fine. So within 6 minutes, we can come back. Fine. Yeah. Yeah, let's resume the session. Fine. So we walk through the console, right? So we walk through the console and services we checked, right? Yeah, now how to create a VM instance? How can we connect the VM instance? Right, let's try to understand. How can we create the first VM instance? How can we connect the first VM instance? Let's try to understand. So everyone available, right? Fine. Let's move on. Fine. Yeah. So if you want to create any server, which is a VM instance, now go to navigation menu. Click on navigation menu. Look at here, everyone. Go to compute engine. So click on VM instance. Click on this. Yeah. So now it is showing something like project. Right? This is my project. I selected the project. Right? Now click on create instance. Click on create instance. Click on this. Yeah. Now look at here, everyone. Look at my screen. Now machine configuration. Machine configuration. So here instance name, whatever the name you want to give, you can give. VM01. I want to give the server name, which is a VM01. Region, US Central 1, LOA. So here any zone, for example, US Central 1, LOA, when I select this, look at here, it is showing something like monthly estimated cost, $25, right? So $25.46 monthly estimated cost. Now, if I change the region, this pricing will be changed. Look at here. So for example, I'm using US East 1, US East 1. So same costing available. Now look at here. I just want to change the Singapore. Asia Pacific Singapore. Look at here, $31.27, right? If you select Sydney, bit costlier. $36. If you select Mumbai, also bit costlier. Better we can use the US East LOA. Which one? Which is default one? Lowest cost, lower, right? Compare with all other regions. LOA is US Central. One LOA is yeah. Compare with all other regions, it's less costly, right? Now look at here. Zone, any zone you can use. You can use any zone, and okay. Now look at here. So machine types, server types. We have C4, C4A, C4D, N4. So what is N4? What is C4? E2, N1, E2, N1, N1 series, right? So different series available here. Different types of machines available, right? So default one is here E2, which is a two virtual CPUs, 4 GB memory, right? So 10 GB balanced persistent disk. Look at here, 10 GB balanced persistent disk, right? Now OS type, I want to check the OS. I want to check the OS type. Click on OS and storage. Look at here. Name VM01, type new balanced persistent disk, size 10 GB storage, snapshot schedule, the schedule, license type free, image Debian. So Debian family image I'm using. So if you want to change the image name, if you want to change the image, click on change. Click on change. Look at here. Now, in place of Debian, I want to use Red Hat. Red Hat, for example, Red Hat you can select here. Red Hat. Now it is changed. Red Hat. Right? Click on select. Okay, it is not available for this. Pay as you go is available. Select. Look at here. So when I select Red Hat, what happened here? 20 GB. It is increased, right? So only Debian 10 GB. If you select Red Hat or CentOS or Windows, size will be changed. The disk size will be changed. For example, click on change here. Now I want to choose Windows Server. So 2025 data center version. Look at here, 50 GB storage. By default, they're giving 50 GB, right? Or else, if you select CentOS, look at here, so 20 GB. If you select other family server, like Ubuntu Pro or Ubuntu Accelerator, right? SUSE Linux or any other Linux, if you want to select, you can select here. So as per the requirement, so we can choose the machine here, right? So Debian only I want to select, right? Next one, look at here. So custom images. Currently, no custom images. No custom image. So in AWS, we discussed about images, right? So we can call it as what the terminology and anyone. Images. In AWS,
Amazon image.
AMI,
Amazon image.
Amazon.
yeah, AMIs, right? Amazon Mission Images, right? So here we can call it as images. In GCP, we can call it as images. In AWS, we can call it as AMIs, Amazon Mission Images. Now snapshots, look at here. So here snapshot also you can create here. So archive snapshots, if you want to archive, if you want to select the existing disk. For example, we have already one disk is available that I want to select, that I want to choose, right? So you can select the existing disk. You can select the existing disk. Fine. Now go with the public image. Now look at here. So this is Debian GNU and balanced persistent disk, 10 GB storage. So next one. Go to data protection. Click on this. Now look at here. So if you want to enable the backup plan, you can enable the backup here, backup plan. So snapshot schedule. If you want to select the schedule, you can select no backup. For example, I don't require any backup. You can select the no backups. Okay. Replication. If you want to enable the replication. So what is replication and anyone? Replication. What is the importance of replication?
Same copy, exact copy.
Exact copy we can synchronize with other data center, right? Same copy we can replicate with other data center. So in case the existing data center is down, we can use from other data center, right? Yeah. Next one, networking. So here we are using default network which is default VPC. So default network we are using default VPC here, right? So this is the default network. We are using default VPC. Okay. So observability. So if you want to monitor your server, you can select here and you can enable the ops agent or any other observability. Security. So here, if you want to enable the security, custom security, you can enable here. Click on advanced settings also you can enable here. Okay. Now go to machine configuration. Look at here. So VM01 central US central Lava any. Now go down here, machine type you can select here. CPUs, 2 CPUs, 1 core, 2 CPUs, 1 core, 4 GB memory, right? So provisioning model, so same we can use here. Yeah, everything is fine. Now go to networking here. So we need to enable the HTTP, HTTPS Sunday. These two required. At least these two we need to select. Okay. And OS we already selected here. Debian only can use. No need to change. Okay. So now click on create. Click on create first VM. Click on create.
రెడ్ హ్యాట్ తీసుకున్నట్టున్నామండి.
ఏదండి?
రెడ్ హ్యాట్ తీసుకున్నట్టున్నాం మనం ఇది.
రెడ్ హ్యాట్ డెబియన్కి వచ్చింది కదండి, బ్యాక్ వచ్చింది కదా, చూద్దామండి, చెక్ చేద్దాం.
ఏమో $20 అదే $2 ఛార్జ్ అయింది. 20 GB ఇమేజ్ రెడ్ హ్యాట్ అని కనిపిస్తుంది. చూద్దాం. నో ప్రాబ్లం.
ఓకే అండి. Yeah, now look at here. So VM is in running state. VM is ready, green, right? Running state. Click on VM01. Look at here. Yeah, this is the configuration instance, right? So yes, central one, Lova, and yeah, look at here. These are the configuration which selected. So E2 medium is selected, 2 CPUs, 4 GB RAM. Right? So now storage type, okay, 20 GB and yes. So it is 20 GB, right? Okay, no problem.
అయితే RHCL అని ఉంది చూడండి. టాప్ అందరికన్నా టాప్ లో ఈమె టాప్ వెళ్తే RHCL.
Right. Red hat తీసుకున్నామండి, కరెక్ట్ అండి. ఎస్ ఎస్.
కొంచెం కిందికి వస్తే RHCL అని ఉంది చూడండి.
Yeah. Fine.
Move to disk type. Yeah.
Yeah. Fine అండి. So now okay, let's move on. Let's how to connect this mission. So RHCL is which family server అండి? Anyone? RHCL is which family server? So we discussed about families, right? Linux families. In AWS we discussed Debian family, Red Hat family.
Debian and Red Hat family. Yeah. Red Hat family.
Yeah. So in Debian family, what are the flavors available in even? In Debian family, what are the flavors available? Ubuntu, Fedora, AV Linux, GRML. In Red Hat family, what are the flavors available? RHCL, CentOS,
CentOS,
Linux,
SUSE Linux,
SUSE Linux, right?
Amazon Linux.
Amazon Linux. These are the flavors available in Red Hat family, right? So if you want to connect Red Hat family, if you want to deploy packages on Red Hat family, so what are the package manager we use?
Yum.
Yum we use, right? In Debian family, we use apt-get, right? Fine. Now, once we create the server, how to connect this server? Let's try to understand. Look at here. So connect, there is a connect right here. Here we have 5 ways to connect. 5 ways to connect. So this is the internal IP. This is the external IP. Internal, external. So here, click on SSH. Here, drop down. Click on this. Look at here. So here, open in browser window. Open in browser window on custom port. Open in browser window using provided private SSH key. View gcloud command. Gcloud is subscription and domain required. Gcloud required domain, right? Next one, last one, use another SSH client. Okay, so in real-time projects, always use the first one. So when I click on this, what will happen? So automatically one browser window will be opened. In that, automatically server will be connected. Look at here. Click on open in browser window. Now it is connecting, Andy. Now it is connecting. Click on authorize. Now I'm able to connect. Look at here, everyone. I'm able to connect. right? Yeah. So sudo space -i, same commands and sudo space -i to switch root, right? Now I switch to root. Now, if you want to change the host name, you can change the host name. If you want to change anything, you can change. So now I want to deploy the applications. Before going to deploy applications, normally what we will do, we update the internal repository. So now yum update space -y to update the internal repository. Look at here. Now it is updating internal repository. Right? Now it is updated. Once we update, now I want to deploy some packages here. Right? Now yum install Java. So now give yes. Java is installing it. Default version installing. Default version of Java installing here. Yeah. Now the Java is installed. So if you want to check the Java version, Java space hyphen version, look at here. So this is the Java version, OpenJDK 21.0, right? Yeah, same way if you want to install other packages like Git, right? So same command we can use here. Yum install Git space -y. So Git is installing. So whatever the commands we use in EC2 instance, Linux server, same commands we can use here also. So Maven, if you want to install, you can install Maven. So if you want to check the Git version space -, Git space -, version, this is the Git version. Now, if you want to install Ansible or any packages, you can install, right? So if you want to create user, you can create the user and we can hand over to project. As per the project requirement, we can deploy the packages and we can hand over to project. So while working on Ansible, I'll show you how to deploy the packages. How can we automate the deployments? I'll show you, right? How can we deploy the applications in by single command, single click? I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. So manually we can deploy sometimes whenever needed. So by using Ansible also, we can deploy the applications and we can hand over to project team. Fine. Yeah. So this is the server ID. So this is our VM. Fine. Now, yeah, look at here, everyone. So this is the disk, balanced persistent disk, 20 GB storage, 20 GB, right? Here, so if you want to create the snapshot, you can create like this, create image also. So I'll show you that. Okay. So now let's try to understand next concept, important one, snapshots. Okay. So how can we create the snapshots? Types of snapshots, right? So what are the important types available? Let's try to understand. So first of all, what is snapshot and anyone? Snapshot and anything?
The kind of backup.
It's a copy. Yeah, it's a copy of all the
Backup.
configurations, whatever that, everything.
Yeah, snapshot is a replica and snapshot is a replica. It's a copy. It's a point in time. It's a backup copy, right? So, for example, why we require snapshot? What are the importance of snapshot and anyone? What are the importance of snapshot?
So,
Important is
to
like a
restore.
backup and recovery, disaster recovery. For that purpose, we are using the snapshot.
Right. So normally in real-time projects, developer develop the code in their local workspace. Once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub. Once the code is moved to GitHub by using Jenkins, we can pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins. So the code we can convert into artifact by using the Maven. So finally, that artifact we can deploy onto respective application server. So that is the process we follow in real-time projects. So while deploying the applications, right, application team asks you to take a snapshot. While deploying the application team asks you to take a snapshot. In case the deployment is failed or anything goes wrong, right, we can revert back to previous state by using the snapshot. Snapshot is a point in time, the particular point in time. So we can store the data, we can take the backup, the particular point in time. So in case any deployment is failed or anything goes wrong, we can revert back to previous state by using the snapshot. Clear and everyone? Yeah, so here, two types of snapshots are available. In GCP, types of snapshots, two types of snapshots. So actually three types, okay? Yeah, so here, two types important. First one is manual snapshots. Second one is schedule, snapshot schedule. Right, so two types. So we have another type also, I'll show you that. Okay, now, so manually we can create. Manually we can create the snapshots, okay, whenever needed. But here, snapshot schedule is very, very important. So snapshot schedule, so every day, whatever the time you want to, morning, early morning, or end of the day after business hours, we can schedule, right? So daily the snapshot will be happening. Daily, for example, snapshot schedule, normally how we configure this. So daily 8 p.m., we can take the snapshot. We can schedule the snapshot. Daily 8 p.m., we can schedule. And here we give the retention. Retention also we need to set ending. So snapshot, every day we are taking the snapshot. But if you hold all the snapshots, what will happen in Angel?
Space out of storage.
Storage crunch issue, right? Storage issues. That is why what we will do, we need to set the retention also. So by default, they're giving 14 days, but don't select 14 days. Normally we use the 7 days only. 7 days we can hold the snapshot. So from 8th day onwards, old snapshot will be gone. Old one will be gone, right? So we can schedule at 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. daily, and we can retain after 7 days. We can hold up to 7 days. For example, I schedule the snapshot, okay? So afternoon time, we got one request. So could you please take the snapshot? So we can reply that. Snapshot already available. Please proceed for the activity. They can proceed for the activity, right? We don't need to take the snapshot manually, right? So I'll show you manual and also a schedule. Both we can work on, right? Fine. Let's move on. Go to the console. Now, go and search here snapshots. Look at here snapshots. Yeah, if you want to take snapshot, we require server ID. Already server is there. Right, look at here. Create snapshot schedule. Two options are available. So snapshot schedule. Click on first one, create snapshot. Yeah, now snapshot name snapshot one, right? So disk. So by using the disk, I want to take a snapshot. Look at here. So disk, I selected disk here. Now select the source disk, which is a VM01 disk. VM01 disk. Now look at here. Snapshot, instance snapshot, archive snapshot. First one you can select here. Now go down here. Yeah, so here they're asking two types, two location, right? Multi-regional, regional. If you select multi-regional, look at here, US multiple regions, right? So US multiple regions, or else Asia Pacific multiple regions, or else Europe multiple regions, right? So if you select regional, only one region, and multi-regional, regional. If you select regional, only one region. Look at here, US Central one, Iowa, and any region you can select here. But when you select multi-region, at least two regions, and US regions or Europe regions or Asia Pacific regions. Okay. So select default one only, multi-regional. Now go down here. Yeah, label. If you want to give the label, you can give the label. So go down here, go down, click on create snapshot. Now the snapshot is being ready. Snapshot is being ready. Yeah, so now it is being ready. Just wait for 1 minute. Compare with AWS, bit slow and GCP. Compare with AWS, performance wise, little bit slow. Yes. So now the snapshot is ready. Look at here, everyone. So disk size is ఎంతండి disk size ఎంతండి 20 GB. So look at my screen here, everyone. Snapshot size 2 GB only. Snapshot is a binary copy. Snapshot is a binary copy, right? So to reduce the costing, we can use the snapshot to take the backups, to take the point in time copies, right? We can use the snapshots, right? Now, so manual snapshot created here. Manual snapshot created here, right? Now, I want to create a schedule. I want to enable the schedule, right? So for which, click on create snapshot schedule. Now, name schedule 1. So region, US Central 1. Go down here. So multi-regional, regional, look at here, daily. So schedule frequency, daily or hourly or weekly. You can take any as per the customer requirement. Normally we use the daily only, not hourly, not weekly, right? Yeah. So start time 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. UTC time. Okay. So better you can use 7 p.m. normally or 8 p.m. you can use. Okay. So auto delete snapshots after 14 days. By default, they're giving 14 days retention. So normally we can give 7 days only. In real-time projects, we give 7 days only. That is the retention period. Okay. Go down here. Look at here. So delete snapshot older than 7 days. This we need to choose. Now look at here. Supplication consistency and all you can keep as is. Don't need to change anything. Right. So only schedule. Okay. Better you can select regional. Don't select multi-regional. Okay. Click on create. Look at here. So the schedule is created here. Schedule is created here. Just now created this. Timestamp you can check. This is the timestamp. Okay. Single region. In single region, we created the snapshot. Okay. Fine. Now, for example, go back to the snapshots here. Look at here. This is a manual snapshot. So click on the snapshot. Click on the snapshot. Now, if you want to create an instance using the snapshot, so click on create instance or else. So this snapshot, I want to create a disk. I want to create a disk. So click on create disk. The snapshot, we can create this instance and also disk, right? Yeah. Now I just want to delete. Okay. Before going to delete this. Okay. Delete this. Delete this. Okay. Even schedule also you can delete. Schedule also you can delete. Go to schedules, snapshot schedules. Select the schedule here. Delete this. Now, one more way we can get the snapshot, which is go back to VM instance. Click on the disk. Click on the VM. Click on VM01. Now, go to disks. Disks. Look at here. Select the disk here. This is the disk, right? Yeah. So click on the VM01 disk. Click. This is disk only. VM01 disk. Click on the disk. Now here also we can create a snapshot. Directly we can create snapshot using the disk. Look at here. This is a disk, right? This is our VM01 disk. Create snapshot. So create image, clone disk, create secondary disk, right? So whatever you require, you can create here. Clear and everyone. So you understand, right? Snapshots. Snapshots, you understand, right, everyone? Now, for example, I want to create a images. Click on images. I want to create a image, Andy. I want to create a image. Look at here. So these are all images available. These are all default images available in the console. Look at here. So many images available, default images. Now I want to create my own image. So 370 images available here. I want to create my custom image. Right? So how can we get the image here? Now select images, click on create image. Now image name, can give the image whatever the name you want to give, you can give here. Source disk, you can select here, right? Source disk, look at here, VM01, right? This disk is attached to the running instance. To create image, you need to stop the instance. This is the condition, Andy. So if you want to create the image, you need to stop the server. That's the condition. Okay. Select your image, select your disk here. Regions you can check here, multi-regional or regional, right? So, and also here you can select the location, family, any family if you want to select here, right? So here you can select all the options, click on create the image, custom image. Clear and everyone? Yeah. Next one, go back here, go to compute engine. Other options we can check here. Other options we can check here. So storage, disks we discussed. Storage pools also available. Snapshots, images. So yeah, replication. For example, if you want to enable the replication, right? So whatever the server we have, for the server, if you want to enable the replication, you can enable here. Okay, you can enable the replication here. Different options available here. Look at here. Okay. Now, what we will do, so go back to the disks. So this is our disk, which is available, right? So in the actions, here we have clone, and this we discussed already. Create image, snapshot, and all. Okay. So click on the disk. Right. Now, fine. So here, go down. Okay, these are all available. Observability, if you want to enable any monitoring for this disk utilization monitoring. Okay, so throughputs and all, if you want to enable, you can enable here. Fine. Yeah. Now, yeah, today we are going to discuss one more concept, Andy, which is we can cover one more concept. VM we covered and snapshots we covered, images we covered, right? So one more concept we can cover today, which is bucket storage. One more storage we can cover. So before that, I just want to delete this server. Okay, we can delete later also. Fine. Now let's try to understand bucket storage. Let's try to understand bucket storage, which is the S3 bucket in AWS S3 bucket we can compare with. So go to cloud storage. Go to cloud storage. Look at here. Yeah. So what is S3 and anyone? S3 and intent in AWS we discussed already. Same functionality here also. Here also same functionality. What is S3 and anyone?
Object storage?
Object storage, right? S3 is the object storage, global storage, public cloud storage. So object is nothing but we can store any objects in the storage. Like we can compare with the Google Drive. This object storage we can compare with the Google Drive, right? We can store any objects like binary files, image files, video files, audio files, spreadsheets, whatever you want to store, you can store, right? So that we can compare with the Google Drive. So object storage is cheaper compared with the EBS volume in AWS. Here also same and bucket storage cheaper. It is a bit less costing. So compare with persistent volume. So persistent volumes are a bit costlier, right? Yeah. So it is a global storage, public cloud storage, object storage. Now, how to create bucket storage here? How can we create the bucket storage? So go to cloud storage, click on buckets. Currently, no buckets available. No buckets, nothing, right? So here, click on create bucket. Click on create bucket. Now look at here. So here, bucket name, whatever the name you want to give, you can give. So I want to give, yeah. So this is yeah, GCP bucket storage. Something, right? I want to give the name like this. Look at here, everyone. This is the tag name and label. Okay. So now click on continue. Click on continue. Now look at here. Now it is asking, yeah, here two options available. Regional, three options and not two options. So multi-regional, multi-region, dual region, and region. Three options available. Multi-region. So multi-region is the highest availability across largest area. Multi-region, highest availability across largest area, right? So here we can choose any multi-regions. Look at here, US regions, Asia Pacific regions, Europe regions, right? So dual region, any two regions only, any two regions you can choose. Americas, right? Here, so any two regions you can choose. Select Americas, select US Central one, Lower, US East one. Only two it will allow. If you try to select third one, it will not accept. Okay. So which is dual region, right? Yeah. Next one is third one is region, single region. Look at here, single region. US East one or US Central Lower one, whatever you want to select, you can select, right? So here first one, multi-region is the highest availability across largest area. Dual region, high availability and low latency across two regions. Region, lowest latency within a single region, right? Yeah, so you can select any multi-region or anything. Okay, so now go down here, go down. Next one, click on next, continue. Look at here. Now choose how to store your data, right? Here we have four options available. Four options. Standard, nearline, cold line, archive. Standard, best for short-term storage and frequently accessed data. Nearline, best for backups and data access less than once a month. Cold line, best for disaster recovery and data access less than once a quarter. Archive, best for long-term digital preservation of data access less than once a year. So here, cold line, cold storage, we can compare with in AWS we have cold storage. What is that, anyone? Cold storage ఉంది కదండి AWS లో, which is Glacier అండి, Glacier.
Glacier, yeah.
We can compare with Glacier. Okay. So we can use the standard one here. Now go down here, go down. Click on continue. Now look at here. So uniform or fine grain. Uniform, fine grain. Two options are available here. Ensure uniform access to all objects in the bucket. Ensure uniform objects access to all objects in the bucket by using only bucket level permissions. Fine grained, specify access to individual objects by using object level permission. So if you want to give object level permissions, you can give. If you want to give all the objects in the bucket, if you want to enable the permissions, you can give the first one, right? As per the requirement. So click on continue. Now look at here. Here also we have two options, data protection. So use default retention duration, set custom retention duration, right? So here soft delete policy, object versioning, retention, right? So different options are available. So you can choose the default one only, don't need to change anything here. So click on create bucket storage. So enforce public access prevention on this bucket. What is this and anyone? Public access. Enforce public access prevention on this.
Like IP, outside, others accessing this data.
Exactly. Yes. If you want to allow outsiders, you can allow here. Okay. So click on confirm. Once you click on confirm, now the bucket is being ready. Look at here, bucket is created. Right? This is the bucket ending. This is the bucket storage. Click on buckets. Look at here. This is the bucket. This is the timestamp. So multi-region, location US, right? Last modified date, timestamp. You can check it out here. Okay. Now click on bucket here. Now here, if you want to upload any data, right, you can upload. If you want to create any folder, you can create. If you want to change the permissions, you can change here. Okay. So here we have objects. If you want to create folder, you can create folder. You can upload the data, upload files and folders here. So transfer data in, data out. There is an option here. Other services, look at here. These are all services available. Now look at here, configuration. If you want to check the configuration of your bucket, you can check here. Permissions, you can check the permissions. Protection, if you want to check, if you want to modify any protection, here you can modify the protection. Life cycle, if you want to create any life cycle rules. In AWS also we have life cycle rules, right? So here also we have add rule. By creating the rule also we can modify something. Observability, so monitoring, inventory, reports, operations. These are all different tabs we have. Now go to objects and go to objects. Now I want to upload some data. Click on upload files. Now whatever the files you want to upload, you can upload here. Whatever the files you want to upload, you can upload here. So any file you can upload here. Now look at here, the file is uploaded successfully. This is the file, right? Now look at here. So copy public URL, copy authenticated URL. So public URL, if you want to copy, can copy and you can share with anyone. They can access from anyone. So if you want to edit the access level, look at here. Yeah, look at here. So access level, you can modify here. Edit metadata, right? So here, export to cloud pub and sub. There is an option, export to cloud pub and sub, right? So you can export. Scan with sensitive data protection. So for example, look at here, click on this, open this. So here, version history also, versioning also can enable here. Versioning also can enable here. So here, edit access level, you can edit. Now these are the URLs and you can share with anyone, they can access from. This first one, public URL, you can share with anyone. They can access from anywhere, right? They can access the data. Not public on zone. This we need to enable. This we need to modify. Right? Yeah. In this bucket, we can upload folders, files, whatever the data you want to upload. Right? So, but this is not free, Andy. Some charges will be applied. So once you practice this, make sure you can delete the bucket. Okay. So don't upload any data here. So it is not like AWS, Andy. AWS, they are giving 3 GB free, 3 GB data free, but here no free, nothing. Even servers also not free, only 300 credits you can use. Okay. Fine. So make sure everyone practice these services. So first of all, you need to how to create a VM instance. How can we connect the VM instance? How can we deploy the packages on a VM instance? You can check it out. So second one is snapshots. Snapshots, manual, and also schedules. You can check it out. Images, you can check it out. So conversion, snapshot to disk, snapshot to image. How can we take? Right. So once you take the image, by using that image, we can create the VM instance or disk that will show you that will be allowed. But if you want to create the image, server should be stopped state. Server should be in stopped state, right? Next concept here is bucket storages, right? So we already discussed in AWS, right? S3 bucket. So theoretically, we are not discussing here because we already discussed in AWS S3 buckets. Okay. Yeah. So once you practice this, make sure you need to delete the bucket and select, click on buckets, check the buckets, click on delete the bucket directly. Give delete here, click on delete. Now the bucket is gone. Once the bucket is deleted, so you can go and delete the VM instance also. Go to Compute Engine, click on VM instances, select the VM instance. So go to More Actions, click on Delete, click on Delete, click on Delete. Now the VM is deleting. So tomorrow we'll discuss about IAM and billing, VPC, right? So these are all concepts and billing and management also we can discuss tomorrow. Fine. VPC is very, very important. And tomorrow we'll discuss about VPC. In the VPC, we create subnets. So we can enable the communication. We can control the traffic. We can enable the traffic. Fine. Yeah. So you can practice Sunday. Tomorrow, same timing, 7 p.m. IST. So make sure everyone join tomorrow. So remaining services you can cover tomorrow. In GCP, only infrastructure services Sunday, infra services, which are compute services, networking services, storage services, snapshots, billing, IAM. These are all services. Fine. Yeah. So we can stop here. The recording will be uploaded to the Google Classroom. Right. You can go to the recording. So maybe recording will be uploaded on Monday and so Monday work wait cheyali. Okay. We'll see that అండి రికార్డింగ్ లింక్ నేను ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తలేదండి రికార్డింగ్ సండే రికార్డింగ్ మండే మీకు గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్లో వస్తుంది ఫైన్ ఈ రికార్డింగ్ నేను షేర్ చేస్తానండి ఫైన్ యా వీ కెన్ స్టాప్ హియర్ ఫైన్ థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి